Yo guys, what's up? I welcome you back to a new video. So today, finally, my Mark II Focus ST is going on coilovers. Now, not just any coilovers, BC, fully adjustable coilovers, come with the top mounts, so obviously that's gonna avoid any issues, but that's besides the point. We're gonna get them fitted on the car today. I can't wait to have loads B-road bashing, POV videos to come, but all the same, just while we're here, we're actually at a location now called Your Motor Club. So if you're local to South Devon and Plymouth, come down and check it out. For £5 to £10 an hour, you can effectively get out of the rain and get off your driveway and get your car in a location, tools provided, where you can work on it in peace and quiet. So come and do that, come check it out. If you're local, you won't regret it. Either way, I won't bore you with that information. We're gonna jump into the car, get it sorted, G's in the PT, roll the intro. Now obviously guys, with coilovers, before we go ahead and do anything, we're measuring the distance from the top of the alloy to the top of here, as we actually want the coilovers to be at the same ride height that it is currently. As you know, with a car like this, drive shafts are susceptible to issues, especially when you're running big torque powers like mine. So what we're gonna do, measure them all around, write them down, and then we'll be in a position where we can adjust them correctly at the end of the install, all right? So make sure you do that. Nota bene, I'm not a mechanic, but he is. So listen, he knows what he's doing. So, 75, 75. What are we dealing with on the front left?
Front left is 70.
70, okay. So 70 millimeters front left, 75 rear left, rear right 75. Are we talking 65 on the front, are we?
Yeah, front right. But this can be manufacturer's tolerances. So the
Interesting.
springs that you have on there, the way they sometimes settle.
Well, they're at rated springs, so obviously with H&R lowering springs. Interesting. We will come back to you guys on that and see if we can sort it out.
Our vehicle.
Guys, before we go ahead and do anything coilover related, we've lifted the car up, made sure that it's all balanced properly. Now we're just loosening up the wheel nuts so that when we do lift the car up, it's going to be a lot easier, all right? So we're going to get that done and we'll join you guys ever so shortly. See you in a bit. Right guys, so wheels are coming off. As you can see, fully equipped here with tools. We've got another tool area around there where he's got lots of spares. But while those wheels come off, let me just show you something really, really quickly. So, not only does he have a Mustang, not only does he have a Pontiac Firebird, but there's a Mark I Focus RS. Now, to any of you Ford fans, you'll know just how cool the Mark I Focus RS is. It's blue. I don't know the exact paint code, but it's a very, very low mileage, very well looked after Focus RS that this guy's got in storage over here. Now, more importantly, look how damn sexy that blue Honda Jazz is. Anyway, smash the like on this video if you think that Honda Jazz is the coolest car here. All right, let's play a little game of guess what. So I'm gonna try and get an angle that you guys can see. What do you think is underneath this red sheet right here? It is a Ford. I don't know the answer, but I'm gonna get you guys to guess in the comments. Who can tell? Even better right now, guys. I will arrange some form of a shout out if you guys screenshot this video right here and then send a picture of this to my Instagram with the description of what you think this car is. If you've got it right, the first person to do it, I'll give a shout out on my Instagram. How about that? Anyway, yeah, it's worth a try. So what are you gonna be looking for then initially when you get into removing something like this?
Yeah. So we've taken out the pinch bolt.
Okay.
You may need to open this up a little by like using a chisel, just to try and take the tension off the actual strut. Okay. You may need to put some penetration oil down there, but it's a case of just that this lower arm now has got to come down and it's got to release this, and then we'll get this up. Hopefully
we've got no stiff bolts and it comes out super easily.
It should be.
But everything has been maintained and looked after, so hopefully it works.
Good. It does look good.
It's filthy, but it looks alright.
Connect it from the top.
Okay.
3 bolts.
That's just the bolts on top of the top mount, isn't it?
And then it'll be a case of jiggle her and bring her away.
Awesome. Let's get that done then.
Yeah, there we go.
So it's actually come out.
Yeah, so it's out of the knuckle itself. So we took the pinch bolt out, took it out the knuckle. The only thing, cables and hoses are all loose. We're not going to damage any of that. Sway bars disconnected.
Okay, let's get involved. The first one. Come on in, you bastard. There we go. That sounds hopeful. It's come out. Third and final piece. Gone.
Taking anything out, look at the orientation. So you got the look for the anti-roll bar facing aft, and then your brake hose connector at the front. So just make sure, yeah, reverse, refit, all the rest of that. Okay, here we go. Out we come.
So guys, as you know, these H&R 2040 springs are for sale. Someone has actually already bought them. I'm pretty sure. I might be wrong. It's Miles or something on Instagram. He's got in touch already. So sorry guys, you are a little bit too late, but all the same, they are in great condition. There you go.
And then I've got the ratchet at the top box.
Fucking Denmark. Right, just over here we've got the box. Get the other shock absorber. As you can see on the sticker, front right. All right. God, these are so nice. So yeah, this is the front right shock absorber, or coilover as you like. Give it to the gentleman.
Okay, well, I'll put a bit of lube on.
Oh, on our first date as well. Oh yeah.
Okay, again, check it front right. That's definitely.
Oh, I did double check.
Up we go. Here's a little seat. Little locking lug at the back. The bolt's going to go through. That's it. Okay, and then start taking the jack up.
Right, so again guys, we can't use the spacers, these ones here, because they won't fit on this, which is a bit annoying. I suppose from a peace of mind standpoint it would be nice to have them fitted, but you know, it's going to get the job done. And with the, what's your first name? Alan. With Alan, we're going to get this done properly. I'm terrible with names, I do apologise. There we go. Right, that other one is now in.
Okay, so when situating the strut in the knuckle there, you want to take as much weight as you can, push it fully home. It's got a little locking plate on the back there, if you can see the little locking plate where my fingers clicking there.
Okay.
Back. And that bolt's going to go through, it must go through the locking plate as well. Again, to locate it, sometimes use a nice tapered punch, get it in, get it going, and then that'll be it then. We'll get it all tightened up. Keyhole in there, we'll have to maybe try it with spanners.
Okay, we can do that. Yeah guys, so like I said, he mentioned previously that the shock absorbers and the springs are divorced separately. So we need to find a way of releasing this, because at the moment it's under pressure, so the anti-roll bar needs to come out. He's mentioned that he's actually gone to Sorry, I've got hiccups. I'm sitting here with hiccups trying to film a very exciting clip to, yeah. Either way, we're gonna get this sorted, but the tool that he's using at the moment are Allen keys, so I'll show you now. God, getting this on is gonna be a bugger.
We'll work it out. So, but they don't last forever, and they one of the most wearing items in your suspension. A lot of cars you can get a year, 2 years out of them.
So guys, bear in mind all of this is being adjusted, so you need to go and have your tracking done after your coilovers have been fitted. Super important.
Okay. You gone yet?
Now the ones that go in the top, guys, it's an 11mm. Just had to go rescue this one as it rolled across the floor somewhere. So Alan mentioned that there are two right at the top, up in here. Right, now with the rear coilovers, it's super important that we need to adjust all of this as well, and then adjust the actual rod's length so that we can be sure that the ride height is set the way we want it. So we're going to walk you through the process now and get that done.
Yeah.
Hoist or whatever you want to call it. He's coming here just to angle this in the right manner. Obviously these bolts here need to line up. What I've had to do, as you can see, basically we had to lower this down, so we had to take these bolts out, lower it down, put the bolt back in, had to use the gearbox lift, so I've done that. Got this one in. Now over here, I'm getting the kind gentleman to do it for me on this side so that I can film it. As you can see, just lining it up using the gearbox lift. There you go.
Yeah.
Done. Alright, so now the anti-roll bars have been done back up, what we're going to do is put the wheels on so that we can adjust the springs, not the shock absorbers. Now it's very important that we do this to make sure the ride height's set properly. Do you want to just tell them what you were telling me earlier regarding the two different parts?
Yeah, with your front springs and shocks, it's all one item. So when we adjust the height on that, we'll only have to do that once. But for the rears, because you've got adjustable length spring and then you've got an adjustable length shock, you're going to have to do the spring first, make sure that's totally happy, and then adjust the length of the shock absorber so that when you do go over a crest, it's not, the spring's not slopping about, or that the spring's not under too much preload. So it tells you in the instructions how far to go with that.
Okay, so we're going to get the tyres on like I said, and then we're going to go from there. So we'll do that now, and we'll join you in a second.
Now, because we're going to be a bit lower and the lift arms are a bit high, we'll lower it down onto the dollies, and again we'll be checking for that dimension we took right at the beginning between the arch and the top of the alloy wheel, which I think we're between about, was it 7.5 and 6.5 centimetres depending on what. We'll get that all nice and even. And once it's like the lift's not taking any weight.
So that's the ride height on the front without adjusting it?
That's 0 adjustments as it came out of the box.
I reckon it's going to be a lot better driving in that position. Don't get me wrong guys, I'm fully aware that it's not as low as it was, but I didn't buy coilovers for that reason. I needed new shock absorbers and just thought why not, I may as well go with the rest of the difference. Now in the rear, we still haven't put the shocks in, it's just the springs.
So let's have a quick look at the numbers. So yeah, we are about 20 mil higher, so we're at 95 there as opposed to 75 as an initial setting. Let's have a look at the front. And again 85 I think as opposed to 65 I think as we had an initial. So you've got 20 to play with, but I say it's totally personal how you want to set.
Well, we had them before set, so why don't we go on the fronts 5 mil higher than they were?
Yeah.
And then on the backs, we can keep them to whatever preference really.
Yeah.
I just want to give the drive shafts a little bit less of a battering.
Yeah.
You know, so let's go ahead and do that, alright?
Okay, what we're going to do now is start carrying out the adjustments on here, yeah, okay. We've got a lot of tension on with the spring. As soon as we start trying to move this, it's going to want to bind. So as per the instructions, it says get some lube on there, and it will, you know, lubrication helps everything, doesn't it really? So we'll get
You dirty man.
some lube on there. We'll try and keep it off the brakes, purely where we're working. And then what we're going to do is, because we want to go down, we're going to send this adjuster up. That takes off the preload off the spring, so eventually it will sit lower. And again, what you do to one side, you do to the other.
What are we going for? About 10 mil, wasn't it, on the back?
We want 10 mil down. So what we could either do is literally go flush, and that'll be the maximum, or we can
maximum upward, maximum height.
Yeah.
Look like a monster truck.
Well, no. As in this all the way up, it'll be the lower.
Okay.
Lowest it'll sit.
So we're sitting right in the arches.
Sitting right. Yeah.
We don't
Well,
want
it'll
that.
either. I don't. You know, that's the whole thing, is we don't know yet until we get started on.
Alright, a little bit of an update. We've obviously had to take the wheel off again. We've done a little bit more adjustment. Now, we mentioned in here before that we had 2 spanners as reference. So we're actually going to remove any spanners now and put it all the way up, because we measured it and it came up as 95 millimeters. Now the height we had initially, if you can see it, 75 mil. So, you know, we're a fair bit out. So what we're going to do, we're going to take that off now, and we're going to take them away and see if we can get the nice flush look on the back, and go from there really. So we're just walking on the process, showing you how to adjust them. Like I said before guys, it's important to adjust these first, alright? Guys, just before we put the rear shock absorbers in, now everything's been tightened up. What the logic that we came up with was, it doesn't say in the instruction manual whether these are set. I'm sure they are, I'm sure we've got it wrong, but either way, for the sake of argument, what we did, we twisted it all the way to the right. There's 30 clicks, and we twisted it 7 clicks back. So it's not fully hard, but we've now able to verify that both of them are set at the same level. So we're going to put those in for the time being. Obviously we can rip out the panels in the car and adjust them for future reference if we need be. the joy of these is them being adjustable. So either way, we're going to get those fitted now. Alan's going to very kindly help me do that, and we're going to show you just how it's done. Oh, it's not, doesn't seem to be catching. God damn it. Right, we might have to trade places here, young man.
Okay.
Yeah, let the professional do what he's good at. Sorry. So I've put this in, I've tightened them up. I'm just getting in now just to tighten them up properly. So I give me a chance to actually use the camera. So we're getting these two bolts in first, then we can do the one at the bottom. Shock absorber's in, and we've cracked this as well. So we're actually just twisting this in order to make sure that it fits in the hole, which I'll show you here. There we go. You can just about see. So we're trying to get it into here. Either way, we're going to get that sorted.
The moment of truth, BC coilovers on the Mark II ST.
Let's get down low and have a look. How low is it going to go?
Can we go? Settled.
Yeah, it's still higher. I suppose it's not too bad. Let's have a look at the other side.
Maybe after a bit of dries it will settle.
Can you give it a measure just for sake of argument?
Yes.
You can still get 2 fingers in.
So give it a 2-finger blast.
Right, so it was 75 before.
Yeah, so all the way in.
What's it, 85?
We're at 85 now.
85, so 10 mil up. That's not too bad. Let's have a look at the front.
Guys, that's it. My ST225, or Mark II Focus ST2, however you want to call it, is now on coilovers. Amazing. So the car is now done. It's completely done. We got rid of the old shock absorbers alongside the box as well. He's going to throw them away for scrap. But for the time being, obviously we now have a car that really needs wheel balancing. So the best thing that I can recommend doing is I'm going to try and get an appointment down at Pro Tyre. Now, the reason I've left them the way they are is that there is going to be a certain amount of settling going on, and there's plenty of time for adjustment. But, you know, the rear end looks pretty decent. And the front will look good too. So, I'm really happy with that, guys. I'm not going to end the video right now. I'm most likely going to head down to Pro Tyre, so we're going to get the car off this, leave the vicinity, and we'll join you guys when we get to the balancing place. Alright, so we'll see you guys shortly. Don't lose patience, this car is going to be epic. Focus ST is going in for wheel balancing, tyre alignment, everything it needs to drive like an absolute beast. I'm going to update you guys later. I don't want to bore you, alright? I know it's ending towards the end of the video now, but either way, I'll show you what it comes up as, and I'll show you what they correct it as, and we'll go from there. Peace! What we're dealing with, he's going to correct that now. We've got another bit to do. If I just do the next bit there. Oh no, I'm not very good at this. There we go. You guys can see how bad it is. So he's going to adjust that now, then the car should be good to drive. But I do need 2 new front tyres. There's a little bit of a wear going on here, so I'm going to have to get some of those in tomorrow, as that's illegal. All right, so I'm going to get that fixed, get some contact 6s on. I'll go and get them priced up. Here we have it. Before and after. Much better. Obviously we don't have adjustable camber arms, so we're gonna have to leave the left front and the right front like that until we get the front tires changed. But that's fantastic. It's all done. Coilovers complete. Tracking and wheel balancing done. There we have it. It's all done. Car's fit with coilovers. We have got the tracking done. I do need to come into Pro Tyre again on Monday for 2 new tires, but all the same, we have it complete. I'd like to think I'm actually the first Mark II Focus ST to have fully videoed a how-to on this particular car. So yeah, I'm going to go out and enjoy it, see what the car drives like, and empty the boot, because I've got all the shock absorbers, all the odd springs that I'm selling to the gentleman that contacted me yesterday. But all the same, I need to go enjoy the car now. So thank you very much for tuning in. Let me know exactly what you think by smashing the like button. Let me know what you think in the comments, and hopefully we'll see you guys soon. Don't forget, subscribe if you're new, and I'm sure we'll see you in the next video. GC and the PT, roll the outro.